What is up, everybody? We're rolling on you here today on episode 74 of The Harder Show. How are you doing? I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week so far. Thank you so much for tuning and clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast. I have an absolutely awesome episode for you here today, guys. I sit down with my good buddies, the guys in Beyond the Wall, Ed, John, and Corey. It is a freaking amazing podcast. Definitely more of a kind of fun hangout, joking around podcast. I kind of wanted to sit down with these guys and ask them a whole bunch of questions. I had literally probably 100 questions to ask them in total for both parts of the podcast I wanted to do, but we ended up just kind of just BSing around, and they went off into a whole bunch of different little stories. There are so many friggin' amazing, hilarious stories they tell. We just talk a whole bunch of BS. I literally blacked out from laughing at one point in the podcast because I was laughing so hard. Literally, I actually fully blacked out. I thought they were going to take me to the hospital because I literally blacked out and came back. I was only out for a split second, but it was weird for a second. But they had me laughing so hard. I guess I just had a little bit of freaking brain failure or something. I don't know. It was interesting. But one of the funniest things of the podcast, actually, if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you saw the actual little video clip of it. It was Corey and Ed were telling a story of when Corey had to rush home in the middle of his shift at his old job to take a crap, and Ed was doing a little run dance he was doing. It's amazing. It's a funny story. There's actually a little flashback to the first episode of The Harder Show as well, the very first episode, and just it's so many dirty, offensive jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of podcasting. In this episode, you will definitely hear it. They also talk a little bit about the brand bromance with my boys in Outshine. So, and there's so much more. This podcast is so good. There are some questions I ask, and we do get serious for a couple of questions. I also find out where the name Beyond the Wall came from and what it actually is and what it actually means to the band. Kind of surprisingly, it does actually have some big sentimental value meaning for Corey, so that's really cool. It was cool to figure that out. But without further ado, we're going to get into this podcast here. Really hope you guys enjoy it. Again, it is a funny, kind of fun podcast. So if you were looking for more of a serious interview with Beyond the Wall, I do apologize, but that's not really what you're going to find here. We have too much fun. But the second part we're going to do at some point, probably in November. I'm going to try and keep it a little more serious and ask some real serious questions. But I think this is awesome. It's definitely my favorite podcast I've done up to this point. So really hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. All right, so we're hanging out at the kitchen table, ladies and gentlemen. In the kitchen.
This is as real as it gets.
In the Harder Show
Studios.
Studios.
The shag den.
Yeah.
This is exactly what is happening right now. I'm not even going to try I was going to do a little intro deal, but I'm over that. So I'm hanging out with three of the funniest dudes and most talented dudes that I know, and my cat. He's here as well. We got Beyond the Wall on the podcast, guys. I have been trying to make this happen now for a year, pretty much a year since I started this fucking podcast. I've been trying to get these guys on. It finally worked out. We got to my right, even though you can't see him, we got Corey.
Hey,
Corey. We got Ed across from me here.
Hey.
And of course we got John. Last but not least on the side.
Hello.
And do I need to introduce what you guys do in the band, or is there any point? I think people
we
should
all
know.
make noise. We just make noise. That's
All of you make noise.
what we do.
I hit stuff with sticks and sometimes make good noises. So
I play the 6-string wooden thing.
You got anything funny?
Bass.
Oh,
That's funny.
the
It's funny
bassist.
enough.
that's just sad enough.
Yeah.
And John plays the 4-string thing.
The 4-string thing.
The 4-string
I'm a
thing.
big fan of your pussy, TJ.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
He's even named it Steve.
I've named my pussy Steve. This is gonna be a very. I'm just saying this already. This is probably gonna be the best episode of the podcast ever. Now that I say that, we're gonna stop being funny. But we've been BSing for the last half hour. It's been fucking hilarious. So, yeah. So we're hanging out. It's good to see you guys.
You as well.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
Yeah.
But it
Been
was.
I think the last time I saw you was when you set up my bass 6.
Battle of the Bands.
Oh yeah, Battle of the Bands. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so
when I
6
tried
months
to
then.
set up your bass set. Keyword is tried. That was the last setup I did.
It's been a while.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I figured out what the problem was.
Yeah.
I switched the bridge backwards, and that works really, really well.
Oh, well, there you go.
The real problem was that John owns it.
The real problem is that Oh, did he get you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have warned you about that. Yeah, he does that.
But without the drugs.
That you know of. I drugged him. No, so Steve, my cat Steve, my pussy, he does this thing when he meads, right? Most cats like to stick out the claws a little bit. Steve like goes all in. I don't know why.
It's like, I don't need this, Steve.
Yeah. Steve.
You ever seen that movie Teeth, where the pussy's got teeth, like, but it's like a real vagina that has teeth? You ever seen that?
I can't say I have. No.
Oh, you should
I
check
have.
it out. No, yeah, it's fucked up.
I've seen John's butt before.
And it's fun. Ew. Like, really.
I feel bad for you.
No, it's like there's this one scene where like this dude gets his wiener cut off by the vagina with teeth, and it's on the side, and there's like a crab that goes. I was like, hey, that guy's got crabs now. But it's, yeah, it's a stupid movie. Oh, Steve's going away. Bye, bye, pussy.
Oh, bye, Steve.
Bye, Stevie.
You're tuning into the Beyond the Wall show with Beyond the Wall.
is taking his cat to another room. Please stand by.
Please stand by, and that will take her over.
Welcome back
And now we're doing music with Beyond My Balls.
Okay, so I had to go get rid of my cat for a second there. So
You gotta take care of your pussy, TJ. It's
I gotta
important.
take care of my pussy. I've
Alright, enough
never
of the pussy
take care of
jokes.
it.
Yeah.
We're beating the dead horse.
We're beating the dead pussy.
Oh, he had to say it.
God damn it, bassists.
Well, we're looking for new bassists in Beyond the Wall.
Wait, well, he's already got the one bad joke down. Should we get him to say his very typical awful joke that he says anytime we are anywhere?
You
No.
got a bad joke for me?
Oh, it's
Oh,
awful.
I'm
Like
pretty
the
sure
worst.
you've heard it.
Have I? Maybe I have, but tell
probably
it
heard
again.
it at least
What
so
do you
right
get?
here, on the podcast, we got John Ward, bassist Beyond the Wall. He's going to tell his horrible, awful joke apparently.
What do you get when you cross alcohol and literature?
What, John?
Tequila Mockingbird.
Wow.
I tried to catch some fog. I missed.
Did you know 3.14% of sailors are pirates?
That's one of my jokes.
Awful.
What's a pirate's girlfriend's name? Peg. What's a pirate's favorite restaurant? Arby's.
Oh.
That's John's favorite restaurant, too.
Yes,
It's mine
really
too.
good
I
What is
love
it?
Arby's.
You know what a pirate's
Shout
worst nightmare
out
is?
shout out to Arby's.
No?
High fives for Arby's. Actually, fist bumps for Arby's. Fist
yes.
bumps for Arby's.
Oh, you know that.
Fist bumps for
You
Arby's.
want me to fist?
Multiple fist bumps. Fist
fives
for
around.
Arby's.
So yeah, do you know what a pirate's worst nightmare is? A sunken booty with no... Wait, is that it? No, a
A
sunken
sunken
chest,
chest with no booty.
Damn it.
You had
I fucked
one
it up.
shot.
I had
Close
one
enough.
job, and I...
It was close enough. So this
One
is
opportunity.
you had one shot, one opportunity. It was
I let
everything
it
you ever
slip.
wanted. One
Yeah.
moment.
Oh, he's weak. Mom, spaghetti. The whole crowd goes spaghetti. The spaghetti on his spaghetti already. Anyway.
So this is what this podcast is going to be. It's going to be a bunch of random, hilarious segues, and once in a while, ask something.
All right.
So if anyone's looking for like a real, like, nice professional interview with Beyond the Wall, it's not going to happen.
He doesn't.
Like I always say, I don't do interviews. But something I did want to actually ask you guys, though, in all seriousness, I do have some questions. At least I want to make sure I ask and get in here.
Sure.
So how long have you guys actually been playing together now, like as a group?
2.5 years ish.
Yeah, I think about 2.5.
It's only been 2 years. I
sounds
fucking.
right.
Yeah, it has been 2.5 years.
Yes. Actually getting closer to 3 now.
Yeah,
It's like March 2015. No,
14.
2014.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been playing for a while, to sum it up.
long enough.
Not terribly long, but a while.
We're old.
I'm halfway to 40.
I'm old.
I'm halfway to 40.
I'm halfway.
I am halfway to 50. Okay.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a cool number though.
I hit that big 25, and I don't know. I just
At
went
least
downhill
you've
from
already gone through 23 because nobody likes you when you're 23.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
He's got a
God.
point.
It's gonna be a string of terrible, terrible jokes.
There's at least 3 people I can't talk to until next year. So
there. Well, that's shitty.
yeah. So I'm like, all right, P is talk to you in a year. You're 23.
So you had questions.
Yes, I had some questions. I feel like I might just do away with the questions at some point. But so, like, I'll start with kind of each. So, how long have you each been playing as far as like playing what it is you play now? I know, John, that you started off on guitar. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I started off on bass and then I went to
And you went to guitar. Okay,
and
yeah,
then
okay.
I went back to bass.
So when did you start playing in general there?
I think it was 10 or 9. I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Close enough.
I don't remember. I'm 20 now, so about 11 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I still haven't started singing yet.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. There's some tomfoolery happening here. How about you, Ed?
I mean, like, there's a big gap in between when I had my lesson and when I actually started playing. I mean, I had a drum lesson in grade 8, and then I started playing when, like, John and I were in our metal band, which was, like, 3 years ago.
Yes, which I need to ask about.
Oh, we had, like, 3 names. It went from, like...
Defend the Flame.
It went from Defend the Flame, which I loved the acronym because it was DTF. And then we went...
I put it together for a second. I was like, what?
I'm kind of confused about something because you said you've been playing. You had your lesson in grade 8, and then you did something 3 years ago. It's like
I didn't touch a drum kit for like 2.5 years.
so after grade 8.
Yeah, after
Okay.
grade 8.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we went from DTF to Scrotus to...
Right, no,
it was Red Riot. And then
Yeah.
Scrotus. And then we went back to DTF.
yeah, and
And then
then
we broke up. And broke... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you found Corey somewhere, and we're like, yeah.
Yeah, Corey's like, hey, you want to do a cover in front of the calf? And then I told John, we stared Beyond the Wall.
I was like, how dare you steal my drummer?
How dare you?
I already hated Corey enough before that.
It's true.
Well, you guys didn't get along, or is that?
Well, okay, so we jammed back when we were in elementary school and whatever, and I was like, hey man, like you're a gerb, and which is like a noob. That's like 80s slang, like it's ancient, right? And he's like, wow, like you're a dick. He didn't say that, but like it was implied by the amount of time we didn't talk in between then and the inception of the band. But yeah, he wasn't a fan until I explained that. Yeah, like they're just a noob, like someone that's not too good at what they do yet.
I forget what. Oh, I was trying to tune to drop D and I didn't know how.
Wow. That's pretty newbie.
And then also, wait, what was it? He started playing Closer. Sorry, he started playing Closer to the Heart, and I was like, oh, I know that song. That's the Trees.
You were so confident and so amped to know your answer. Entirely the wrong song, but that's okay.
Most people don't even know that song though, so that deserves some credit.
Super Canadian.
Especially
super
since I'm
Canadian.
not like
Is that
a
by?
huge Rush fan.
Oh, Rush.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
either.
awkward.
So it's like the only reason I know that song is because like what's written about. It's like, yo, trees are pissed. I was like, all right. It's Neil Peart for you.
Excuse me.
Neil Peart. So Corey, how long were you playing before this whole thing started?
Well, before the band, I've been.
I don't know why I said before. I was just kind of like, whatever. Go on.
I've literally been playing a bass since my 9th birthday. That's when I got my first bass, and I've played it sometimes 16 hours a day since, and played a guitar a year after. So the last 10 years I've been playing guitar. But I didn't start singing up until high school, for whatever reason. I always thought I was a terrible singer. I mean, I still think I'm a terrible singer, but apparently I can hit notes, and I guess that's what's important.
That's what's important.
But, yeah, I don't know.
We were in the choir together.
We were. We
were
were
in the
actually in the
choir
high school
together.
choir,
We
and,
stood right beside each other.
I have a pretty funny story
Yeah,
about
me
that,
too.
actually.
By all means.
By all means. Oh, okay. Remember that time we went to our teacher's church, and her dad was the minister, I believe it was, and there was, I feel so bad, but there was a girl that went into the washroom before me, and, it didn't have the best smell as I was going in, so I'm like, wow, that's pretty intense, like, a girl putting up that kind of power, like, okay, this is cool. And I go in, and there's a log in the toilet. I'm like, okay. So I come out, I have to make an announcement because that's what I do. And I'm like, someone just took the most unholy shit in that bathroom. And I look up, there's a lineup of all of the choir, and at the top is the minister, and he's laughing. I'm like, okay, well, I probably offended him pretty bad, but he's laughing, so this is a good thing.
So you
But
must be okay.
yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I just embarrassed the absolute hell out of somebody else.
We broke John. He's broken. I was waiting
That's
for this.
okay.
I wanted to get that on audio.
Oh man, I remember being in the church that day,
Oh, it
and
was
we
so
were just
funny.
like we weren't even paying attention, and then the guy
The whole
with
performance was just shot because of
the
that.
guy with the tambourine just kept giving us dirty looks because we were looking down laughing. He's just like,
There's more dirty looks than what was from that, so.
it's like, all right, tambourine man,
Mr. Tambourine Man,
Yeah.
play a song for me.
high and mighty.
Dick. So what kind of songs did you guys sing in the choir?
What did we sing in the choir?
that's
'Cause
my one.
I actually don't remember it too well. I remember
Over
You
the
Raise
Rainbow.
Me Up by Josh Groban. I remember that song very specifically. We did.
Group.
Josh.
I just
Did anybody actually listen to Josh Groban? Like,
Stewie does.
like but like in terms of like on
Stewie.
their own time, they go away and like listen
Stewie
to
Griffin.
Josh
Oh,
Groban.
Yes.
But like we did that. Some kind of like alternative stuff. And there's never really like.
There was a cool like African one that we did where I played the claves.
Oh my
So
god.
I couldn't get the
I was
words
about
right.
to say Harambe, but that's not right.
Harambe. Dick's out
It's
for
not it.
Harambe.
I think it was Jarambe or something
No,
like
it
that.
was
No,
like 3 words.
was it really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. It was like
It was probably.
You know what I'm
harambe.
thinking of is that instrument that Raekwon played.
Probably
the
harambe.
djembe.
That's
So,
what-
John, how you doing?
I'm a
not bad.
fucking
That's right on,
moron.
All right.
I feel like this is gonna be like two conversations
Enough
going
with
on
the
here.
choir.
Yeah,
Enough
let's
about
put
the
the
choir.
choir to rest.
Oh God.
Oh,
So, guys, all been playing. When you, John, you and Ed were kind of in a band together. What was the deal with that? Like, as far as like what you guys played and like that kind of thing.
Oh.
Okay, so me and my brother-in-law were writing stuff together, and we started writing like pedal riff kind of things, and then
Say what?
like pedal riffs.
I
Like,
thought I said pedo riffs. I was like, what is a fucking pedo riff?
but no, so we
tits
started
for a
writing
little
like pedal riffs, and so we were like a metal band, and then I started writing more like pop punk stuff, like the stuff that I write now, and then I was mainly influenced by like A Day to Remember, and then Ed was mainly influenced by Green Day. My brother-in-law was mainly influenced by like Parkway Drive, and what was Ross's
So
main
it just
influence?
didn't work.
I don't know what Ross's influence was. It's probably like,
Garage sludge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a band and I helped him make up their genre. And I was like, how about garage sludge? It's like, yeah.
So is that just sludge, but like in a garage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much. That's so okay. That's what I figured.
But yeah, so we were really a really interesting genre. Yeah. No one ever practiced.
We did.
Yeah, me and
So it was
Like
just
6
not.
times.
It just didn't work.
no.
It did not work. But Scrotus, that kind of era of the band, obviously influenced a later song by.
Yeah.
So is that where that song came from?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, Corey wrote it, but I was like, this kind of sounds like the stuff that we used to write. We should name it Scrotus.
It's called Scrotus. Okay, all right. I have to say real quick here, my favorite thing about the first, about the EP, EP Phone Home, great EP. Still listen to it. Thank you. I'm not sucking up either. I actually, like, if my car was off the road, if you went into my car, it was still in there.
Nice.
So,
damn.
anyway, same with the first one.
Oh, God.
The first
La Demo
the three
numero
song.
uno?
Yeah, I still have it
Oh my
somewhere.
God.
I don't know where I ended up. I have it somewhere.
I feel bad for you.
Oh, the amount of I played that EP a lot. But my favorite thing about the EP is the fact that like Scrotus sounds like it should be the opener to me, just because like I'm used to like that kind of thing. I was like, oh, like it's a good like little like minute long kind of quick song. Oh, that's cool. But it starts off with another song that I'm drawing the name of the blank on right now.
Between us.
I don't know. That's it. I'm sitting here like, wow, I probably should like look that up or whatever.
Nah, it's cool, man.
Who prepares for this kind of shit? And I think I read a review and like on it, I can't remember who, and they're like, yeah, like you kind of think you get the vibe, and all of a sudden it's like Scrotus.
Yeah, that was Bucket List.
Oh, was it? Okay,
yeah.
cool. Oh, sorry, buddy. That just
You just nut him?
Oh, no, I keep my toe.
oh, fuck something.
Uh-oh. You know, we've actually tried so hard to record John's laugh, and we never had the time, or like
You okay?
in the wrong
Yeah,
place,
no,
the wrong
I
time,
have
and
an ingrown toenail.
finally got it.
Oh, that's because I was like, did I hit him that hard?
Oh, yeah, it just...
Okay, sorry, buddy. I will.
No, it's cool.
I will move my.
Don't
body
even
over
worry
here.
about it. My leg was in your region. You had every right.
Fuck out of the way. Oh my god, but kind of touching on influences a little bit there. So John, you Day to Remember is that your
That was my main influence. Now it's mainly like Blink and like Descendants and Millencolin. Those are my three main
Nice.
influences.
so that's what you mainly listen to as well. Like that's kind of what you're rocking these days.
Hmm?
That's kind of what you're rocking these days.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what's in my car most of the time. And Screeching Weasel.
And Screeching Weasel.
Yeah.
What about you, Ed?
I mean, it started off as Green Day, and then it's now like Green Day and like All American Rejects, and there's like a whole bunch of bands like Against Me, Anti-Flag, all that kind of stuff, because I like the
More
different-
punky kind of.
Yeah, I like listening to the different styles, and then it's like I learned to play double kick from A7X, and I haven't touched it since.
I haven't touched it since, but you can do it if you need.
We can see now.
Like randomly, if I was like, "Yo, guys, I wrote this like sick fucking like metalcore song, and we're gonna play it." Like it could work.
I could definitely attempt it.
A few times we've tried covering Raining Blood.
I would pay very good money to watch you guys cover Raining Blood. Like it has to be like pop punky.
We can do the opening for you.
Yeah, we only know the opening.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Take whatever I can get. I have half of mine to just go like get my guitar and set it up, but I don't have a drum set, so it wouldn't work.
Like on the table.
Yeah, I could work.
That's the opening.
I just watch it go.
Yeah, you're just gonna disrupt.
That is okay though. That is okay. But Corey, as far as influence for you, what do you?
Influences for writing, I'd have 3. Sum 41, Biggie Smalls, and Johnny Cash.
That's a
It's
very,
very specific. And I'll explain why. Because Johnny Cash, for just his unique feel, because like I don't know, it's just like that empty kind of depressed feel, but like I don't know, songs are still kind of there, and they're like, yeah, I like his songs. Biggie for his fat rhymes, like that guy had a rhyming scheme. Well, of course he's Biggie Smalls, but like that's why. And then Sum 41 for their musical work. So I think putting all 3 together, you get something kind of cool.
You get Beyond the Wall.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
multiple influences, but
I mean, it kind of goes through this other type of filter, but yeah.
because I find you've got like you guys always have like a sick like rhyming scheme in some of your songs. Like
Yeah,
sometimes,
I
not
like
all the time.
I
but,
like to go
it's-
for it because like, I don't know, I like rhyming. It's fun.
Yeah,
Not to the point where it's like Dr. Seuss, but like I like that.
Dr. Douche.
Yeah.
Dr. Douche.
I don't want to be Dr. Douche.
You guys should write a like Dr. Seuss ripoff and call it Dr. Douche and just.
I
make
actually
that a
wrote
thing.
a small. I don't remember it, but I wrote a small Dr. Seuss thing on STDs.
Oh god.
Yeah,
He
so
had his
I
nuts
wish
built
you
by a
had
doctor.
that because
Yeah, he had his nuts groped by a doctor.
I've had my nuts grown by a few doctors.
I mean, it is a normal thing when you just say
Yes.
it out loud, but
It
it's
is
just
normal.
funny because of how much you go for
Yeah,
it.
there's been like.
I was trying to think you just like it and you go back so you get your nuts touched. Oh, my girlfriend's out of town and my nuts are kind of hurting tonight, so I'm going to go get them touched. That's my plan. What are you guys doing?
You
Want to come?
You wanna wait with me?
Want to come
Wanna
with
come
me?
watch?
That sounds funny. I'm getting my nuts touched. Want to come? Well, fuck yeah, I want to come if you're getting your nuts touched. Yeah, right. Finish me, man. I'm waiting. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my god, I had no idea. I'm sitting there, like, okay, what do I like? Because I've been working on some of these questions for like a year, right? Like literally.
Yeah, we've had time.
And I'm like, okay. I've been trying to plan this thing now, especially with you, John. Like we've messaged back and forth about it. We've tried to plan
For
this
like
probably
the
at
last
least-
like 2 months, we've been like
It's like,
trying
okay,
to.
we're gonna do it this night. Can't. Fuck. Okay, this night. Fuck. Like it's just like. the
It's always because
frustration.
Ed can't.
God damn it! What the hell?
I mean, I've got 2 jobs now. Well, 3 now. So
That's no excuse.
It is.
Make time.
That's right. I agree.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, though. I get it. If I could have like,
Excuse me. Whoa.
Golf clap.
There's more. Excuse me.
there's more.
Fuck. Excuse me.
That's it.
Okay.
You get any on it?
Yeah, I'm all good now.
All right, we're good. This podcast being a series of noises.
We're a noise
I
band
was just
now.
about to say that. Damn it.
I'm gonna. I'm working on like making up a bunch of like little sound clips to use in the podcast, and I feel like that's gonna be one. If I'm like stalling, I'm just gonna clip in. You guys go.
You won't hear this. Actually, no, there's a surprise sound clip in there. When you go through it, you're going to hear it because you were away and we did something for you.
Oh, that's sweet.
We did like an intermission.
Did you
kinda
do an
thing.
intro?
No, we did something different.
Was it Randy the Douchebag Ghost?
I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just got to hear it.
just gotta listen to it, man.
So now I want to stop the podcast and go listen to it.
No, you can't. His name is Randy the Douchebag Ghost.
Yes. So waiting on that track.
Oh, yeah, I got to finish that first still.
One day. Because I'm just going to like do like Randy the Douchebag Ghost sightings, and I'm going to clip the song in.
It's going to be
like,
sick.
here's what Randy did today.
Oh man, John, remember when we were taking photos in the basement of gigs, and you were just not even looking through? You're just taking the photos with your phone, and we were in.
It was with my camera.
Remember that one time you had a microphone and used
Oh,
it, and
yeah.
then for the rest of the podcast you didn't? Yeah, that's now.
And like I think it was like a boiler room or something like that, and we looked in the photo after, and there was an apparition over my shoulders. Like, cool.
Okay, so because we're on this topic, fuck the questions. Because we're on this topic, I'll get back to some of them. But they were talking about the time. I was talking about gigs music. You guys don't know what gigs music was. That's the music I worked at. Moving on.
Hashtag
Basement.
rest in peace.
Hashtag RIP gigs. It's been a year
I know.
Yeah.
as of
It's
Drove
sad.
past it on the way here.
yeah.
Sign's
Sign's
still
still up. My sign that I put up on the door is still there. Yes. Apparently, we still get phone calls and emails too. That's what my boss was saying. I'm like, really? Because people think we're opening. Then they go and read the sign. They're like, oh. Anyway, moving on. So it was very famously known that gigs music was haunted. The basement was haunted. There is no, it was probably haunted. No. It was fucking haunted. There was at least 4 ghosts that lived in that basement and in that building.
One of them being Randy.
One of them being Randy, the douchebag ghost, who I think I've talked about on the podcast before.
I think you have. Yeah, you have.
one of these days I'm gonna do just a full podcast on Randy the Douchebag Ghost, and I want to have everybody on who had any actual experiences with him, like Brandon, because he worked there. So obviously me. But the basement, it was creepy and old and dark, and there was the one part of the basement you would walk down these old wooden stairs, right?
That were all uneven.
I had to go, like, when we were closing down, I had to go up and down those stairs. Like, it's probably the one that I went up down those stairs like probably 2,000 times that day.
Ooh.
And it was rough. I smashed my head off the thing probably like 100 times. Dude.
I remember I did that.
Yeah, it was bad.
I think.
I remember we were in the
I was like, fuck, we're gonna get sued.
Didn't they burn bodies in the basement that one?
Yeah,
point
I'm
back in
gonna
time?
go into that. So,
Okay. Sorry.
that is okay. I take forever to fucking get where I'm going. So, you'd walk down the stairs and go to your left, and there was like all these shelving units and stuff, and whatever. That was okay. But to your right, there's like this little crawl space, and you'd go through this crawl space, which is dark, and then you'd be in this like big boiler room. Ghosts fucking lived in there, 100%.
Hondo P.
They were Hundo P, folks. Hundo P, okay? Hundo P. I'm gonna start saying this
This
now.
photo evidence. John has it.
You need to send me
I
that photo.
deleted
then.
it.
You bitch.
I deleted it because I don't want that shit.
Well, you send it to
The
somebody
photo
else.
isn't haunted, it's digital.
You're digital.
I am.
See, Randy followed me.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
On Twitter?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wish. No, but funny you say
Nice.
that because I am gonna like make that a thing eventually.
Oh god.
I'm gonna make Randy the Douchebag Ghost like I'm gonna interview him. It's gonna happen. I need to find somebody to play Randy the Douchebag Ghost.
You can
Okay.
get like a medium and stuff. If you're here, Randy, give us
Get
a
the
sign.
Long Island
Oh,
meme.
shit.
You have to get the Long Island meme. If you're in here, show yourself to me. That'd be so great.
Where's my hairspray?
I'm walking here. And then Ray's like, fucking walking here too, bitch. What you want?
Because he can only speak in like the most fucking like derogatory like fucking remarks.
Imagine if when I said that, the Dario like stool just fell over. I'd be out of there.
I forgot I had those actually. I found them the other day. I forgot I had
What would you
those.
if it wasn't there before we said that?
Can I?
But yeah, the ghosts that lived in Gigs Music. Obviously, we all know Randy the Douchebag Ghost.
Yep.
The way I describe Randy, he's like that dude at the beach who kicks over sandcastles.
You want to get some Zabra?
Yeah, that's-
check out my seashell necklace.
He's kind of like that, but like way like more like of an asshole. As Ed puts away, she's
Want to go hit on some chicks when we get rejected? Call them fat, like that kind of douchebag.
yeah, but like not quite so like surfer duty.
Oh,
He's just very plain. Like he'll just roast you for no apparent reason.
Was he like a Mike the Situation?
That's just
the
that's just going with
situation?
that.
Joyzy Shore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, situation here.
He-
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a good best of him. Oh god.
What was his buddy's name? Paulie D. Gabs here. Oh, yeah. Wake up,
What
yeah.
did
Oh,
you
yeah.
say?
What?
What did you just say?
Cabs here.
What does that mean?
Means the fucking cab is here, man.
The cabs are here. Cabs here.
Yeah, cabs here.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Oh, yeah. Wake up, yeah. The cabs here. There you go.
This is that's boy, man. Holy fuck.
What was the routine?
GTL, man.
Yeah, GTL.
Oh, yeah.
Jim-
GTL says, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gym Tan Laundry. That's it. I don't know what I should be ashamed of myself for knowing this shit. Oh my god,
Dude,
what
I
an
remember,
embarrassment.
I watched every single episode as it was airing.
It's so bad. Like
my
you watch one episode to make fun of them, and then next thing you know, 6 hours have gone by, and your IQ is at 90,
That's exactly what me and
and
Jeff
somehow you have a
did.
plate of taquitos.
Ah, yeah, with 3
never
bags
had
of
a
Doritos
taquito.
later, I fucking hate myself watching Jersey Shore.
3
for an
bags of
afternoon.
Doritos later.
Fuck. I should be so fat from the amount of crappy food I eat. Like, literally, I should be pushing maximum density, but I'm still a twig. I don't know how.
Next
Must be
week,
nice.
pass it on to me.
I just swallow all my dignity and my pride, and
burns the
out
fat
she
for
comes
you.
out of my ass, and here we go.
You guys are lucky. I've started like calorie counting, okay? How fucking much that sucks.
Wait, what?
It's like I've started like calorie counting.
I thought you said
Okay.
something about your thighs sucks. I'm like, what?
What?
I don't know what I heard.
What about my thighs?
Well, I
talk
can
about my
put
thighs
tweet
like
out
that.
if you want to. Mm.
Oh fuck.
Oh, ooh, ooh.
Philly. Filthy.
Has anybody seen Phil McCracken?
Has anybody seen Full Up on Tacos?
That's terrible.
I know.
Even for you.
I mean, I just want to get back to the podcast, man.
Yeah, if you want to,
crying
you
or
could. This would be a
laughing?
good opportunity to ask another question if you like.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about the ghost.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
might-
I was
I might-
right. Sorry, that was.
Okay, I might save that actually for another time. Okay, well, you know, we were talking about the ghost. I want to get this out. So there was Randy the Douchebag Ghost. There was some other dude who was not necessarily a bad guy, but he was also kind of a douche. But he was definitely more evil. Like, Randy would, like, knock stuff over. I'd be standing at the counter, and all of a sudden, a pack of sticks would fall off the wall. And I'd be like, Randy. Like, I did it. I think the first time you guys were in, didn't that happen? Something like that happened. I was like, fucking Randy. And you went,
I think so. That's how we found out about Randy.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we used to say Jasper the Douchebag Ghost.
Yes.
And then you said Randy, and we were like, who's Randy?
His name's Randy the Douchebag Ghost.
Yeah, the first time that me and Corey ever went in.
Yep.
When we
Yes.
met you, yeah.
Yeah, that was what okay, because what's funny is I remember the second time you guys came in, but for some reason I have no recollection of the first time you guys came in, and I feel really bad about that. But I don't.
know, actually,
I
I
remember
don't
you guys
either,
were playing
to
the.
be honest.
I know you were playing that one Yamaha.
Yeah, I really
And
like that. The 70 something.
Yeah, I
Yep.
came to you guys at Battle of the Bands.
Yep.
First one you guys played at, and I was like, and you said like, oh, you know, I had this sweet Yamaha, and I was like, oh, fuck, cool, yeah. I don't know why I'm telling the story, but I have nowhere to go from here.
That's pretty much the moral of this podcast so far. Just a bunch of, it's just a collection of stories that don't actually
I
really
think
mean
you were
much to
actually
anybody
looking
else.
for the parts for your Japanese Strat.
That's possible.
That's quite possible. Well, by the way, before you leave, I have like multiple bins, like not huge, but like little bins like this big, still filled with guitar parts I need to get rid of.
Oh,
sweet.
shit.
I'm not even joking. So if like, remind me before you leave.
Well, if you need somebody to sift through your parts, well, then I'm not down to get all up in your
guy.
parts, TJ.
All right, we'll do that. You can go through my parts later.
Hey-o.
Ooh.
It's gonna get hot.
It's gonna get hotter.
Friday.
Here.
Friday. Gonna get down on Friday. On TJ. That was good. That was a good joke.
The dad jokes are getting better.
That was good though.
So I gotta hit 25. It was the other night. My leg on the podcast, and Steven was saying something about. He's like, oh, it's like sometimes he likes to challenge himself on guitar, right?
Yeah.
He's like, but he doesn't like to make stuff that's too hard. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to write anything that's out of your league. Just stopped. I was like, come on, that was funny. It wasn't funny.
TJ, you were like one of the highest people in my respect book, and after that,
It just went
you went down
down.
like
Instant
8%.
decline.
Now I'm like at least at the bottom.
No, there's a lot of people.
There's some people there, but no. I was like, fuck, did I just make that joke? And I did. I wish I didn't, but I did. It happened.
I'm just waiting for the beyond the wall joke now.
Sometimes you just gotta roll with it, man. An awful joke is just an awful joke, and it has to be said. It makes the good ones that much better.
It's true,
That's-
man. Like we passed a place called Fantastic Tan on the way here, and I was like, why didn't they just call it Tantastic?
Because like
left. He left.
not at the joke at you for making that trying to be a joke.
Oh,
That's horrible.
You guys are like, no one's gonna laugh at that.
This is why you guys need your own podcast. Just like record you guys just like driving somewhere.
Nah, that's exactly it, man. Like that's a good idea. Like we talk about a lot of random shit, and I think we would do well at it. But this is your thing, and we won't.
Well, yeah, but
So
I like I said, I wanted this to be. Like I said, I have some questions, but I was like, we'll just see what the fuck happens. But a question I do want to ask.
all right.
Not allowed.
Oh fuck. Okay. How about this one?
Okay.
All right, cool. So, so talked about kind of like what you guys did before, how you guys all kind of met and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of other random stuff. This is always a fun one sometimes. Do you guys remember what you guys thought the first time you saw each other play your instruments? Do you remember what you thought?
Like together in a room or on separate
just like say the first time you saw John playing guitar or whatever, or you saw Ed playing drums, or you both saw Corey, or vice versa.
The first time I saw Ed playing a drum kit, I thought, what the fuck is that? Because he was just like so stiff about it. He wasn't moving. Like it sounds good, and like the feel's actually kind of there, but like, is he like broken?
There was a time where he did not have his mouth open while he was drumming.
I don't
He
believe that.
didn't even smile. He didn't like,
smile,
nothing. He was just
anything.
fucking there, man. Like I don't know, but like yeah, that was my first thought seeing Ed play a drum kit. I mean, when I played guitar with John, the first time, that was a bit different. I thought he was a gerb because he couldn't tune his guitar to drop D. And I thought that was an interesting.
That's just warms my heart though, because the amount of kids, okay, the amount of kids that I would have ask me, like, hey, can you turn this down to drop D for me? And I'd be like, I mean, sure, but like, how have you been playing guitar? Oh, like 5 years. I'm like, oh,
Can't even do one string down a whole step.
like
In my defense, I was playing for about a year. And
so that's okay. That's
I only
okay.
played like classic rock stuff.
If you're only playing for a year, and you started when you were about 9 or 10, how old were you in grade 8 when we jammed?
Didn't you jam in grade 7?
It was grade
Was it-
7.
So so you've been at 13.
It's like 12.
Yeah, 12.
That's
12.
still like 3 years.
It was winter, so I would have been 10.
You still could have taken 5 minutes on Google, like, how do you drop D? And that's whatever.
It is
Still
what
a
it is, but
gerb.
it just warms my heart because like the first thing I learned how to do on guitar was drop D. I knew new chord. I knew.
I'm cool like a boo.
Literally, I didn't know any songs. I still don't.
Wow, they're a great audience.
I don't know any chords, but I learned how to turn my guitar to drop D because I was a huge Godsmack fan. I was like, I need to be able to do this, and I learned how to tune to half step because of Alice in Chains, and that was it. So people are like, oh, what do you know how to play? I'm like, oh, hang on, and I'd like turn down and drop D, and like I just play like the same note over and over again. And it was bad. It was really bad.
So you gotta play. Well, I got this chord down. All right, what else? Yeah, no, I got this chord down, guys.
You guys know Godsmack? Like, it was always
Godsmack.
so it'd be this big joke because like especially when I was at the store, like they'd be like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta play like a Godsmack riff. Kids would be like, oh cool, like what is that? I'm like, oh, like this song of Godsmack. They're like, who the fuck's Godsmack? And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm old.
Yeah,
It was bad.
The only reason why I know who Godsmack is from a Bowling for Soup song. There's a lyric that's like, she likes Godsmack and I like Agent Orange, and I had to like research who Godsmack was.
So that like in a way that breaks my heart. It's like I love them so much, but it's like I was like, oh yeah, Godsmack, I stand alone. I'm like, all right, guys, just want to take a quick second here to give a big shout out to the first ever sponsor and big time supporter of the Harder Show, my man, Mr. Jason Reese over at Jaybird Digital Arts. Now, what exactly does Jason do? Well, if you guys need any kind of logos, t-shirts, posters, album design, tickets, photo manipulation, you guys still with me? Advertising, business stationery, mailers, brochures, fine art, and literally anything else you can think of, Jaybird Digital Arts can create it. No project is just a generic template, and every single job is a new opportunity to create something unique. Jason's done all the Harder Show logos, t-shirts, banners, and even a meme here and there, so I can promise you that you will love and be inspired by what Jason comes up with. You can find him on the web at www.jaybird, that's Jaybird, digitalarts.com. Or you can find him on Facebook under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle, as well as on Instagram. If you happen to use his services, be sure to let him know that TJ sent you.
Today is my 111th birthday.
You guys need to know about an awesome local all-ages event coming up. Out of My League presents Bilbo's 111th Fest, featuring over 10 local bands such as Drag the Lake, Out of My League, My Home the Catacomb, Fear the Unknown, Crane, Artery Recording Artist Falsifier, and more. This awesome event is happening November 12th at the Italian Club at 234 Simcoe Street South, Oshawa. $10 at the door. Check the event page for more details. This is gonna be one hell of a party. But anyway, so Ed used to play drums stiff. I don't
Oh
believe
yeah,
that.
100% stuff.
Yeah.
Because like it's at the point now where like at the Battle of the Bands last year, the one you guys won, but we'll talk about that. Because that just warmed my heart also, but we will get into that. The guy who was judging with me, I can never remember his fucking name. He was such an awesome, nice guy. He was a drummer. His reaction when he was watching you play, he was just like, He turned to Anthony, who was also a drummer from out of my league, and they just kind of were looking at each other. Of course, I'm just sitting there like,
It's Ed.
I was like, that's just what, because like you guys come up and you're like, oh, yeah, what's up, yeah, oh, yeah, and you start playing, and like they're like, oh, fuck, because I was like, yeah, like anytime it was like a band that I like knew, this is why I can't be a judge again. I was like, yo, watch this shit. Like afterwards, they were like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, yeah. But he was like, that guy's probably the most entertaining drummer I've ever watched. He's like, and I know a lot of drummers. And I was like, cool.
There you go, Ed.
He's like, how can someone play that good and still like keep in time and everything and rock and like just have that much fucking fun?
When your tongue's like so far out of your face.
We actually played a show. I was on Saturday. I think I strained my tongue. I stuck it out of my tongue, and I felt something go like
You
urge, and I was like,
tongue out of your tongue?
You have a tongue in your tongue? It's like tongueception?
Actually, yeah, like it actually.
Right.
I pulled some. I think actually,
Double
I might have pulled something
I bet
because
you
like
did
I
pull
stuck
something
it
with your
out,
tongue.
and then I felt something like urge, and then my
Paul.
tongue was stuck. I mean, blah
stuck with
blah
tongue?
blah. My tongue was stuck out of my mouth,
URCH urge?
and it was so dry. Yeah.
One time I strained my jaw and tongue while trying to sing. I wish I was joking.
That's really uncomfortable.
Yes.
That sounds terrible.
It was the worst moment of my life.
Yeah, that
Where the
was.
doctor's, yeah, my jaw's I'm all fucked up. And he's like, did you try opening your mouth? I'm like, well, I do these warm-up stretches. I'm like showing him what I'm doing. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, don't fucking do that anymore. I do like the big face, little face thing, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's really not good.
And I was, yeah, no,
That's not
I learned that the hard way. People are like, why did you think that was a good thing? I'm
Partial
like, cause
lockjaw.
yeah, I was like, oh, like Melissa Cross DVDs, the metal stuff. And I'm like, he's just like, no, you're a fucking noob. Stop.
You're a fucking noob.
Real metal.
You're a gerb.
He's like, real metal singers don't need to warm up. I was like, fuck, pussy, you fucking pussy.
You think Batman needs to warm up to sound like the way he does?
Yeah,
I feel like Batman needs to warm up for that. That's not like you can't just.
where are you? My name's Christian Bale.
Hey, somewhere.
I think I'll swallow my epiglottis. It sounds like I'm gargling marbles.
I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Is that how you answered him in Batman voice?
Oh, this is good. Here we go.
You broke John.
I didn't even mean to.
I heard there was Mike for a second.
That's perfect.
This is John's broken laugh.
The first times he ever stayed over at my house for dinner, I made him laugh over something something like stupid. It doesn't even matter what it was, but like he had this blue juice in his nose and it went like in his mouth, sorry, and it came out his nose and all over the table, all over the food, and
First impression on his parents.
like juice all over.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I can remember, I think it was like the third time you guys ever came in the store. And it was you guys were in there, and I want to say, fuck, who else? I think they just randomly showed up.
Was that Adam and Liam?
Yeah.
Yes.
We actually planned that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think Adam told me that that was random. So he was lying to me. Fuck Adam. Shouts to Adam.
Yeah, fuck Adam.
Welcome. But like, we're like hanging out, shooting the shit. Like, I'm just being completely unprofessional. As I usually was. And someone said something.
Except when you answer the phone and you'd be dead laughing. You'd be like, Gigs music.
No, this is Gigs Music, TJ speaking. Good afternoon, Gigs Music. This is TJ speaking. How may I help you today? Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely.
We do
Yes, up
commercials.
till 5 o'clock. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Fucking goddamn it. I still do that too. I can still turn it on and off if I
That's
need
so
to.
perfect.
Phone voice TJ. That's my favorite TJ.
You
But-
have multiple TJs?
Yeah.
Multiple TJ disorder.
Yeah, there's multiple TJs. You got podcast TJ, work TJ, who's a dick. Like supervisor, work TJ, I'm a dick. Don't talk to me.
Supervisor?
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
You get paid to watch people.
I get paid to. Well, I still have to all the fucking work, but you know, it's like, you know, I was going somewhere with what I was talking about before.
my god.
Multiple TJs.
No, but way before that, we went off on this Segway City here. Segway
first
City,
time that we
bitch.
saw each other.
Yes, I had because John. Someone said something funny to John, and we're all laughing. And it was I didn't like know John that had this laugh, and you started laughing, and like you were laughing, so I think you you either fell over or you sat down because you were laughing so hard.
I think I sat down on the floor, just laid down.
And like I thought there was a part of me that was like, oh my god, this guy's like fucking dying. Like I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, I think I literally turned. It was either you or one of you either.
What was one of
It
us?
was one of you, and I was like, "Is he okay?" And like, yeah, he just does this.
That's his laugh.
Yeah, he's broken.
I think
He's broken.
that was to me. I think you're like, hey man.
Like I was like, oh, like is he like okay? Is he like? Does he need a doctor? Like, is he
No.
okay?
I mean, well, maybe, but not for his laugh.
I'll never forget when we were hanging out with Mike, and he was like, "Are you having an asthma attack?" And I was like,
Maybe that's why I was concerned because it sounded like I was like, okay, like is he like choking or something? Like what is going on?
Yeah.
And then he's just like, no, it's just what he does. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like so now it's like okay. I'm just like fuck.
But yeah, Mike was laughing at us or laughing at me while I was laughing, and he's like, "Is he all right? Like, is he having an asthma attack?" And then I was like, "No, it's my laugh." And he's like, "I was like, you're a dick." Like he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because you're laughing if I had an asthma attack."
Like, what if I did have asthma? He's like, I don't fucking know. I'd still laugh at you, man.
I still laugh at you. Holy fuck. And that's just classic stuff there. So I'm glad I got that on audio because that was my one hope. I was like, I hope he laughs enough at some point that I can just get that on audio.
And you have it
And I have it now forever.
twice.
Can we have that?
Oh my god, you can use that as swears. What sentence?
What the?
TJ, your face is so red.
I think I just paused out for a second. I was laughing so hard. Oh my god, that was weird. Okay. I'm just like literally. Oh my god.
Did your face and your arms are do totally different skin tones right now?
I just like went to another dimension. Okay.
When you hit the blunt too hard.
By Randy.
Oh my god.
You're
crying.
That was fuck.
That's what happens when you hit the blunt too hard.
Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure
JJ's
my
not here anymore. This is
Your head starts
Randy.
spinning around all the way.
Your brother sucks dicks in
Wall.
hell.
Turn these pink walls into a nice lime green.
slime green. Oh my god.
Dirty, dirty
Into a nice
sludge.
bright blue the way you want it.
Nice bright blue.
There you go, man.
So I'm back. I literally just like blacked out for a second. I was laughing so hard. That's never happened to me in my entire life.
You gotta start doing it again. Just
I
like,
probably should go to a hospital, but I think I'm okay. But it's funny because I've been looking. Oops. I've been looking for like a censor thing, and that's probably gonna be the censor now. It's just gonna be like, and this mother, like, I can't do that. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna be laughing about that the next like week and a half. My brain hurts.
You're gonna be editing stuff and you're just gonna start laughing.
I'm gonna pass out from laughing again. So something I've wanted to ask you guys, and I know this is a question you guys probably get all the time, but I need to ask it because there are questions when you have someone on the podcast. Like for example, if I had you guys on and I wasn't like, so where did the name
Oh god.
Beyond the Wall come from, and what exactly? What's there has to be something there. Like what was the reasoning behind it? And I know you're not a tribute band.
Nope.
That was what like made me just like love you guys.
The business card?
Because you handed me a business card and I'm like, oh cool, like right on. I'm like, yeah, cool. I had it sitting on the table and I kind of looked at it for a second. I'm like, oh, like right on, nice professional. And then I saw we are not a tribute band and I started dying laughing. I was like, this is fucking amazing. Because I can only imagine how many times you've been asked that.
oh yeah, enough to put on the business.
So you guys play Pink Floyd?
Yeah,
So-
Pink Floyd or Game of Thrones?
Yeah, the name's about my butthole.
So did you actually want to know what the name? Where the name
That's what I
comes from?
thought the answer was. I don't fucking know.
No,
Beyond
it's
my balls,
actually
there's
a
an asshole.
relatively long story. But so we were in the search of a band name back when, and like fuck it, whatever. We'll just write songs in the meantime because might as well be proactive. Yada yada yada. And my mom had this yearbook and I was skimming through it, but there was one page that had an envelope, and so I opened it and there was this quote that said, "The road still grows beyond the wall." And so the envelope was covering the top half, which was "The road still grows." I'm like, oh cool, Beyond the Wall sticks out. Hey, like, let's try that out. So we agreed on it and it worked. But the passage and why it meant so much to me is my mom's friend from high school had passed away, and that was her kind of memoir in the yearbook. So that led to, we wrote a song. Well, I wrote a song called "The Rose Still Grows," so that kind of lined up with the page, and it's this. I don't know. It's a long story, but that's pretty much
That's
it.
the short and narrow of it.
Yeah.
That's cool though, because I think I asked you guys before, and you were like, "Yeah, it's just a name."
No.
And I was like, "Cool."
It's just such a strange twist. Like, we're like fun dick jokes.
We were also a metal band at the time that we came up with the name.
Yeah,
we were.
Oh yeah, I guess we were.
We were a metal band.
Fuck
We
me.
started off as a metal band.
We
started off as a metal
seriously,
band,
Yeah,
really?
we started off
It was
playing
shit.
metal. It was it's garbage.
I can I well who okay. I've always mean to ask who is it who does like the screaming vocals intro on Scrotus? Is that you?
And then I say I don't want to masturbate in it.
Do you?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He does. I don't want to masturbate.
Oh, well, there you
That's
go.
how that
I don't know what I thought you said, but cool. I never heard that.
That's how that goes.
Listened to that song like 100 times, but that's cool. Yeah. So like you guys were gonna be like full on like.
Yeah, we were gonna
I
play
can
metal. Like seriously,
That
metal.
song was actually written after we decided not to be a metal band.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I gotta go ahead and move this mic closer there. You could lean back and like chill. Just I gotta move the mic closer.
Yeah,
to
sorry
you.
about that.
It's okay. I keep like I'm like Ed needs to contribute.
Yeah,
to
it's
the
a
conversation.
slut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he takes it to
I'm
bed.
afraid of being
From
a
me.
slut.
Yeah, here we go.
God dangle, take a verse, man.
Nice.
Keep on shining.
Nice, you can find the girl on the internet. It's just really easy. You're like, just finish it. You're logged up.
I wish I could do an impression.
Wonderful King of the Hill references there.
Propane, accessories. That was really bad.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I can't do impressions when I'm sick.
Blame it on your illness.
I blame everything on my illness.
It's the best. It's the best way to do it.
I can't take the dishes to the sink, Mom. I'm sick.
I just caught the super squeeze and I'm not doing
I have the
anything.
man cold. I am permanently gone for the next few days.
Man cold.
Yeah.
I get man colds too. It's like,
I am permanently on a temp leave.
Yeah.
It's a definite maybe.
That's a definite maybe.
I'm gonna leave now.
I'm gonna have to take a mat leave for a year, and that's not because I'm pregnant. It's because I have to lay on a mat for a year.
Mat leave.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. What was the first like? What was the first time like you guys jamming all together? What was that like? What was like any funny memories from that or anything?
It was like it was the last day of school before Christmas break.
It was cold.
Yeah, and I went out for lunch, so I came back to meet them after, and I rang Corey's doorbell for like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, I left
And
him
his-
outside.
and his dog was singing along.
Like
and he was
on purpose or like?
No, I just didn't know he was there.
I didn't have a phone yet.
It set the bar for pretty much the rest of that time up until now. Just kind of forget that he's there.
Oh.
Oh, that's there. Oh shit, forgot about him. Been 2 hours. All right, cool. We might as well get him.
Well, as long as when you call, he answers his phone. Unlike me.
I have a phone now.
Yeah.
He didn't have a phone then.
I felt so bad. I'm in the other room and I come out and I'm like, they're probably in like Whitby. I don't know why I figured when you would text me, you guys like had just left. And I look at my phone. I'm like, someone called me. I'm like, oh fuck! I'm such a dick.
No,
I was
that's
like,
alright.
oh shit! It's like yeah, we're sitting here at the hole in the wall. Where are you? Where do you live? I was going in my driveway and like flag you guys down, but I was like, they'll find it.
We did.
But so you
We're
left.
here. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So you left it outside for a little while.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know why that is the most fondest part of that I have, but yeah, we abandoned it.
Candlebacks on your floor.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
That
That's
wasn't
still
that
there.
day.
No, it was like 2 days
Oh,
later.
well then
But-
don't bring it up because remember the first time we
it
jammed.
was still funny.
You're
What?
still a bitch.
We joined that blackout that we had that we played hide and go seek.
That was sick.
Played
That was-
band hide and go seek.
That was sick.
Yeah.
And then I had like my brother in on it, our friend Mike was in on it, and I think my cousins were in on it. And I remember taking a shit. Okay, this is a different story. But my hiding spot started as a joke. I'd leave the doors open, I was reading a book called Toodles, a little kid's book. I'm like, this will be funny. So like I pulled my pants down and sat on the toilet, but I actually had to shit at that point. So I'm like, oh god, we're playing a game and I'm actually pooing, and I was found. And I don't even know who found me, but I'm staring someone in the eyes and I'm dropping a log, and I'm like, oh, this is different. this wasn't the plan, but this is still funny.
See, I've gone 20.
My mom was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, everything, Mom.
Oh my god!
Everything is
Remember
wrong with
New
me.
Year's when I came back from like the bathroom and like I was like, "Yo, someone left their drink in the bathroom. It was labeled bleach and it tasted pretty good." and his mom was like, "What? "Oh my god, we need to get you to the hospital." And I was like, "I was just kidding."
I was just kidding around.
Happy
Poo year.
Got him.
I drank way too much. Missed the countdown. I was on the
Happy
toilet
poo
for at
year.
least an hour and a half. I wasn't like gonna throw up. I just couldn't stand. I was too drunk.
We actually repeated the New Year so he could come in and experience it.
And I don't.
There you go.
There's another half to that story, but what I did after, I'm not gonna incriminate myself. So I'm just.
I gotta incriminate you. That's for next
probably
time.
best.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off there.
That's for the beyond the wall cast there.
Beyond the Wall Cast.
That's what your
a
guys'
cool name.
podcast would be. Beyond.
There you
That's gonna be called Scrotcast.
Scrotcast.
Oh my god, why don't you should have called your podcast the Hodcast?
See, funny you say that because so yeah, I mean, you listen to the first like 4 episodes. It's okay though, I get it. Because I talked about that in the first 4 episodes of the podcast.
You did?
I did. It was long enough ago.
long.
that
It was
even-
a year ago. It was a year ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
not quite, but it's close enough.
I also
So-
listened to them while I was playing Call of Duty.
You
see.
So
fucking
I would
nerd.
listen to it and
Nerd.
yeah.
Who plays Call of Duty?
Nerd.
I don't.
Exactly.
Sorry,
I don't anymore.
I was gonna like defend you, but I'm like I can't say I do. 'cause
I
I
play
just-
Destiny now.
Actually, I can't even say anything. Like when I was in high school, I go around and play like real life Call of Duty, but by myself, just like in my own little world, like pew, 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 hide behind a tree, like pretend to throw a grenade. I was just, what the fuck? My mom asked, "What's wrong with you?" Everything. That's
everything
what it
could be
comes.
wrong with
Everything
someone.
is wrong.
But it's funny you say that about the podcast because the first podcast I made a joke about like what, or as I'm probably going to call the podcast the Hodcast. I'll call it in right here. Welcome to the very first episode of the Harder Show, or as I'm probably going to call it in podcast, the Hodcast. See what it is? Because my last name's Hodder, and this is gonna a podcast, and I'm doing it, so it's going to be the Hodcast. I should probably not use that joke ever again. So it was a really stupid pun. And we're back. Because that just happened. I just played that clip. I'm literally going to insert that clip here. There's a podcast that I did, segueing again. There's a podcast I did. It was called Mics and Beers. And I did it with a couple of my buddies. We were literally drinking. And I'm like, you know what we should do? We should fucking record a podcast. That's all I do now. And like, it's is what it is. I have my radio buddy do it with me. So he's all like professional radio. And I'm like, no, we got to talk about boobs and stuff. We're trying boobs and stuff.
I'm talking about my boobs. I got.
Yeah. But the second one that we did that's going to be going up soon, it's actually really funny. So I highly recommend everybody check it out if you haven't seen it for some reason. Check it out when it comes out. Because people are like, oh, of course you're going to say check out your own podcast. But I'm like, no, like literally, aside from this podcast right now, that's the funniest podcast I ever had.
Well, fucking
Nice.
Because this is like, I mean, I fucking blacked out. So, but at some point in the podcast, something happens. I'm not going to give it away because it's funny. And I'm saying like, oh, you got to respect my authority or whatever. And then I clipped in Cartman's respect my authority clip. So I'm going to start doing that randomly now. You respect my authority. I did it again.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time that I don't know.
What? God damn it.
What in all
I had
hell
something
just
in my
happened?
mind and I don't know. I think I had a mini stroke.
I think that was the saddest thing I've ever seen John do other than play the bass.
That
Yo, can I just say, John is a fine bass player.
No, I'm not.
You're better than some bass players. I know.
is there such thing as a fine bass player?
I can play Brain Stew on bass.
Yeah.
The only Green Day song I know how to play is Brain Stew.
And I can play Smoke on the Water.
That's one of the only songs I can actually play all the way through is Brain Stew. I'm not even joking.
Well, it's the same riff. I'd hope so.
I've been playing guitar for like 15 years. Can only play like 4 songs. I wish I was joking. I really do.
The pussy's back.
Pussy's back. But is that? We got Simba emerging here. My ginger pussy.
So the carpet next to drapes.
So that's Simba. He's very friendly as well. He will come say hello. He will jump on you and like say hello and stuff. But he doesn't do the claw thing like Steve.
Come on, bro.
But I hope you guys aren't allergic to cats. So we're having a cat cast here now.
Cat
We're having a cat cast. I did a pizza and pop cast there last week, the other week, and I was like, because I was like, oh, Beyond the Wall, and it'll be like, oh, we're gonna have a pizza cast. It's pop punk cast,
I would love
it's really
to
funny.
forever. I already will. But
But
pizza
and
would've
stuff.
helped.
Pizza and stuff. Lots of segues. I'm looking at my time here, going, I really gotta still ask some questions because there are some questions I really want to know. So like, when you guys started off, did you start off as a 3-piece, or was there other members that were in the band or going to be in the band, or at any point have they been?
We had another guy, and it kind of breaks my heart to say another guy, because he was actually my best friend for quite some time. But things kind of went sour after, we'd all come together as 4 when we were playing metal. And he just kind of took this really different kind of turn in his mind, and, the band wasn't for him. And so, yeah, we were originally a 4-piece. But now there's 3 of us, and this is just what we do. And John forgets
things. That was very subtle.
Slams microphones. And I think John's dying. What if he just fell over? What if we just scared him and that was it? He just fell over.
I'd be scared and I'd probably laugh a little bit.
It's like that could have been the last time he stared at me like that.
His eyes would probably still be open.
Can you guys see that through these microphones?
He goes
as
like
he
Rick
gives
and
him a
Mortis.
very nice look.
Yeah.
He's doing a weird thing with his teeth. I don't know.
What a cat.
I mean, smiling.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, John. That was there.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around. I usually pick on you a lot, and now I know how you feel, so I'm probably not going to stop picking on you.
He's probably not going to stop picking on you.
You're like, I like being made fun of.
Hit me harder with your words.
Hit me, daddy. What?
Slap me with a metaphor, daddy.
What? Who?
Yes.
There's so far I will just, because I'm just like, there's gonna be so yeah, back to what I was saying.
Yeah, enough of that stuff.
So you remember the first song you guys wrote?
The first song that we wrote was the first one on La Demo Numero Un, which is Between Us. That was the first one as the band that you know. The first song that we ever had as the band was a thing called Bounce.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
Was
Shot
it?
Below the Belt.
Oh, I thought it was that
I wrote-
stupid thing called. Okay, so I was wrong.
No, I wrote the riff for Shock Below the Belt, and I was going to use it for Scrotus. And I was like, well, I'm not using this anymore. Do you guys want to use this? And we thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's not. It really
bad.
isn't.
So you're saying it's not the coolest thing ever?
It's horrible.
bad.
It's actually awful. And we do have it recorded somewhere. The bed tracks are done, and we kind of,
Gave
left
up
it at
on
that,
those.
and that's where it belongs. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll touch it again.
Maybe we'll bring it up for a project.
But probably not.
Horror show exclusive, perhaps.
Sure.
Maybe.
Maybe
If
that'll
you
be a
want to
thing.
lose viewers.
It's okay. I've already lost them all anyway.
I'm pretty sure there's a live video of us
all
playing
4
it.
of my listeners are gone. But that's okay. All 4 of them. I got 2 left, so it's okay. Shout outs to Matt and Emily. All 2 of my listeners. So that was the first song you guys wrote as a band.
Yep. Pretty much.
Well, there you go. You guys remember the first time you kind of played a show together or played in front of people? 'Cause knowing you guys, there has to be a good story.
Through
about
a shit fest of a company called Supernova.
No, it
that
was
wasn't
at
our
the
first
school.
You're actually considering that as our first show?
Yeah.
That was our
We
first time
played
performing in
Walking
front of people.
It was a
Contradiction by
song
Green
that
Day.
wasn't even ours.
But he
That's
said
not-
the first time performing.
that. First time performing in front of anybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As a
it was a Green Day
unit.
cover. It was a
With
Green
your
Day cover.
units.
Green Day cover.
Yeah.
Walking Contradiction in front of the Native Exchange.
Yep.
At Ajax High.
Playing from 40
Second one
people.
was at the Alma Combo through the shitty promotion company, Supernova, which is not a thing anymore to my knowledge.
I don't believe so.
They're not.
Good.
Where do they belong?
Good. I don't know them, but good.
I
Fuck 'em.
hope people
Well,
are
so
listening
firmly
to this.
fucks Supernova.
Oh, man.
Um,
So trash.
I hope Supernova's listening right now.
So what's the deal with that? I'll start it. I'll start the beef if they're still around. What's up?
Oh, it's just
They're not around. But,
This is pretty terrible. It's like we
We
sold.
sold 43 tickets.
We did. I thought we sold.
No.
Sold.
We sold 43 tickets.
They're
and
con artists that like the scam band.
We saw not a dollar of
That's
it.
pretty much
And those were $12 a ticket.
So at least,
Like $500. We saw nothing. Wow. They're like, we'll pay you. With
I mean-
exposure. It's your first show.
yeah. Oh, bro, exposure, man.
Can I buy a hot dog with this exposure, man?
Fuck no.
I love how you're quoting the memes right now, Ed.
I love how you're quoting the oatmeal.
The oatmeal.
Yeah, that's the dude who made that.
Oh,
the oatmeal. Yeah,
I love the
I know. What's he's like, oh, hey, creative person, thanks for making that thing for me. Here you go. Here's an invoice. Invoice. Pfft, come on, you're doing this for the exposure. Here's your exposure. That's a ton of exposure. Thank you so much. And it clips to him in a hot dog cart, and the guy's like, I don't fucking take that. Fuck you. Like, it's so good.
You have died of exposure.
You have died of exposure. So is there any really good memories from that though?
Actually, on the way to our first show at the Elma Combo, I was reading lyrics to him to 2 of our songs on the car ride there.
Yeah, I was still learning songs on the way, but I think my fondest memory of that show is that we were playing our own shit, which like not a lot of people did apparently when they started out, and people were liking it.
Yeah.
That was the strangest thing, and it felt so cool. I was like, wow, like these people are enjoying songs.
There was a rap
We
group
were-
on right before us. So there was, yeah, but I mean just right before us, and they're like, I'm gonna say groupies. We're dancing at the front of the stage, right? And like, they stayed there for us. And during our first song, they tried like, I guess rap dancing to our music, and they just kind of realized that it wasn't the same type of stuff, and they just walked away. And I always found that funny.
I want to tell this story quick.
Oh god.
It just popped in my head. Do you guys remember? I was going to bring this up later, but at this point, I just don't care anymore. I mean, I care about this conversation because it's a fucking blast, but just my little list order here. I'm just fucking throwing questions away here. Do you guys remember that awesome acoustic show?
Yes.
I do.
You guys played at gigs.
Before we played at the firehouse. In Mulligan.
Yes.
Yep.
And do you remember that girl that randomly walked by? She had like a shopping bag. And she just randomly walked by and heard music and she got poked her head in for a second.
Yeah.
Because there was no one in there but me.
I
Because
can't-
people suck.
vaguely remember
I can't say I remember that actually.
And like, I think it was you. You're like, oh, hey, come on in. Hey, what's up? Like, you guys like were like talking to her, oh, come on in. Here's some music and stuff. And she kind of came in very awkwardly and kind of sat down. Like, you could tell she was like, what is my life right now? Like, I can't not come in because then I'm a bitch. And she kind of chilled for a little bit. And then, like, a bunch of people show up. I was like, oh, fucking man, cool. Like, yeah, people are here. I was like, I thought it started at 6.
Actually, those people still come to our shows.
That's
They're
really
cool. They're really cool people.
Yeah. I'm not hating on anybody, but just I was frustrated that particular day. I thought it started at 6. The event's page says 4. Oh, okay.
We're around the corner at 7.
Yeah. But I don't know why I thought of that. That girl's just kind of sitting there.
We'll do our quick
Just-
shout out to Becca and Ethan. Thanks for coming to our shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
They're
you
pretty
go.
rad people. I enjoy them.
I don't know who Ethan is, but shout out to
they're-
him.
They're the two that consistently came out after that.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's fucking sweet. I don't know why I randomly thought of that fucking story, but that was fun.
All as well.
I think you guys played Without Notice, and I recorded it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which is my
old
favorite.
one.
Which is my favorite Beyond the Wall song.
Oh, thank you
I have
very
to say.
much.
That SoundCloud clip.
That was
Don
before it
Mercer.
got edited, too.
Yep.
Damn.
I liked it before the edit, and I like even more now post edit.
Wow, how long have you been working on that? I guess over a year now. Yeah, we've been working on that for some time.
Freaking right. But what were the songs you guys played the first time you first show you did?
Oh, the
Our
first
set
show.
list was Between Us.
Beyond Me.
No, Beyond Me was last.
You guys Beyond the
you're
Wall.
doing
and
it-
your
I'm
song
doing
called
it in
Beyond.
order.
Oh,
It
you're
was-
doing
in order.
That's awesome.
Pretty
It was
stupid.
Between Us, All the Small Things, Walking Contradiction, Over My Shoulder. Then me and Corgi switched instruments for...
Shuffle Bell.
No, it was Shuffle the Belt into Over My Shoulder.
Yeah.
So me and him switched in between the songs.
Oh yeah.
And then I played Over My Shoulder on guitar, and then we played Beyond Me. I think that's right?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of our shitty songs that no one will probably ever know because they're awful and that's where they belong. Yeah.
I think only one of those is recorded. No, 2 of them are. I lied.
Speaking of that, the first EP.
EP Phone Home.
Sorry,
the
the
demo.
first demo. Yes, sorry,
demos.
excuse me. That's what I meant to say. Because I want to ask about the EP and stuff home, but that's later.
Okay.
What was the 3 songs you guys had on that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that. I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot here because I'm gonna mess up all the songs.
That's all right.
That one song I really fucking like that I always mess up the name of with. Cause I thought at first it was called with. Okay, this is really fucking bad.
Waste your time with me,
Wish,
isn't it?
is it okay?
Yeah.
What, did it have a different name at one point?
Nope.
Okay, so that's just me
Always-
fucking it up. Okay,
always been
Waste Your Time with Me. That is the name of the fucking song. I love
Always.
that fucking song. It's been stuck in my head for like 3 years. Fucking.
We've
and I
only been
can't-
ever doing that.
Exactly. That's how bad that song's been stuck in my fucking head. I'm like walking around work the other day. I'm not even joking. Like straight up. And people just like, what are you singing? I'm like, oh, Waste Time with Me. I'm on the wall. And they're like, who? And I'm like, on the wall. They're like, who? And I'm like, no. And like, I go off and I show them Facebook and stuff. And they're like, oh, cool. I'm like, no, fucking idiot. Like,
Thanks for
fucking
repping.
peasant. That's terrible. Because I like just listen to like local bands now. They're like, oh, what do you listen to? I'm like, out of my league. Who? And I'm like, you fucking peasant. Like, you don't know who these people are.
Terrible.
It's funny to me.
It is a bit funny, but still terrible.
But funny. How did that recording process go and that kind of thing? With it was numero uno.
The demo numero uno.
That's it.
Well, we had absolutely zero idea what the fuck we were doing. Not much has changed, but we've got a bit of experience behind that in the EP. But we basically went in with a drum set and minimal idea and recorded sound. That's just how it went.
That's sweet.
You can hear it. It sounds very rough. Putting something out and hoping that somebody would hear it.
But the thing is, then I heard Wish Shine With Me, and I was like, that is a fucking hook. To the point where it has been stuck in my fucking head for 3 years. And that song wasn't even around 3 years ago. So what does that fucking tell you?
Actually, that song's making a bit of a comeback. Not in terms of like popularity or whatever, but we went in and re-recorded that and The Death of Me, which is, again,
cool.
I'm getting a bit ahead of you on that. But it's a bit polished now and it sounds really good.
Cool.
I'm excited to show you.
Yeah. I'm fucking looking forward to it because that's sweet. So what was it like during that recording process? Like, obviously, you had the songs. You were kind of figuring things out. You were hashing things out. Ed's laughing. So, is there any like good memories you guys have looking back on that? Or
I remember him almost getting hit by a PT Cruiser, and that was about the funniest thing I'd ever seen to that point.
That would have been the best PT Cruiser bruiser.
Because, like, I don't know, it's totally irrelevant,
you
but, like,
chasing me, you're trying to grab my tits.
it's such a shitty car, and, like, if that's the way that Ed went out, at least his drum tracks were done, and it's a PT Cruiser, like, it's kind of funny.
Actually, I think that's recording the EP.
Yeah, that was recording the EP.
Oh, was it? That's
Yeah.
I
I remember
thought-
the
What?
demo was my first time ever playing along to a metronome.
Oh, the click
That's
track.
pretty bad, yeah. It was
Okay.
like, it got to like 10 o'clock at night. My dad was like, you gotta be home by 11. We're
Oh,
in
yeah.
Scarborough.
I remember that phone call.
I just turned off the lights, closed my eyes, and just finished the recording.
Yeah, I don't know, like, it was weird recording vocals for that, because, like, I wasn't used to it, my voice wasn't used to it.
Neither
It
was
just-
I.
Yeah.
I know you can do
rough
better
vocals.
than that.
No. No, the vocals are very rough on that. And, the guitar tones aren't very special either.
Yeah.
There's the bass tone now that I think about it. Actually, there is no tone. There really is no overall sound that's like, hey, that's them. That's just like, yeah, that's noise.
Yeah, that was just literally us. That was us sitting or paying money to record music, just to record music, not to record the energy and capture it.
Oh, no, we fucking raw dogged it, yo.
I totally was not gone from the microphone for a second there. I was totally here the whole time. So that's all sweet, what you just talked about that I just listened to. I'm sorry. I was like, I'm going to literally piss my
Hey, man, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You just have to go.
You should tell the story about when you were working at Sobeys, Corey.
Oh my god, while we're on jobs here. I used to be a cashier at Sobeys, and one night I had their meatballs and it didn't agree with me. And so I had 45 minutes to go and I felt like poo, but it wasn't poo, it was complete water. And I'm sitting there with my legs fucking crossed and like trying to cork my ass with the back of like the cash register thing, like fucking keep it in there, right? Like 45 to go, let's do this.
Oh, shit.
So there was somebody in the washroom when it was time for me to punch in. I'm like, fuck that. So I clocked out, ran to my truck. I got in, drove through the red lights. And if there was a cop, that motherfucker was waiting until I got off my toilet at my house, broke through my door, through the bathroom door, and just shit like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, it was horrible. And
I was actually sitting in his living room the day that he was there, and he just comes in doing this like high knee ass run. I was gonna do it, but you people won't see it. And he was just like, I gotta poo. He just ran through the living room.
You need to show me this, just so I can see it.
It was just like,
I'm going to see this run here.
yeah, he's gonna.
Oh,
do
wait,
it.
hang on a second. Pardon me. Hang on a second.
let's videotape
Snapchat this shit.
Just so you guys can see it, we'll.
so it was. I might
Okay, so this is Ed.
doing this.
Hang on here.
Oh.
fuck. Okay, so I'm Snapchatting this. If you follow me on something, this is Ed doing his run. Oh, God.
That's what it looked like.
And this is
When I came home
this is
from Sobeys,
podcast gold.
as I had to shit, I really had to poo that time.
So
Like, I
funny.
did.
So yeah, that's what just happened. If you follow me on Snapchat, you were going to see this. If not, sorry about your luck. So I got follow me on Snapchat.
There you go.
I'll probably upload it to YouTube because that's just great.
So now that Ed's gone, we can actually talk about something a little bit more serious if you'd like to.
Yeah. So
Blame Ed for all the reason. It's the easiest thing to do, man.
Yeah, that's what we usually do is just play mad.
If something goes wrong, it's always Ed's fault.
So what was it like to have a physical copy of something, even if it was just the 3 songs, the demo, whatever it was, regardless of what it was, to have something in your hand and go, this is our fucking recording. Like, how cool was that? How good was that?
Do you want to start this off there, John?
I mean, I felt like it was pretty cool to just have like the recordings done, because Over My Shoulder was a song that I wrote when I was like 15, so it's a pretty old song, and it was about one of my best friends moving away. So I think that was like the point where like I officially was happy with music. But then when we made like the physical copies and we played the Rock Pile East, and that was the first time that we sold our shitty demos, or as we like to call our coasters and ninja stars.
Yes, that was something that like won me over with you guys, was at the Battle of the Bands. It was 2014, I want to say. Because 2015, I don't think you guys played.
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
We
So
did.
it was back to back. Okay, so that was my mistake.
What are we talking about?
Talk about Battle of the Bands. Thank you. Thanks for coming back in. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So we'll talk about your kind of reaction and thoughts of being able to have like a physical copy of your music in your hand, as far as like with the first demo.
Oh, it was so cool at the time, because like he picked me up in his mom's van, and then we were blasting it, just like, whoa, this is us. And now listening back to it, it's like, oh, this is us.
So I think going back into that time, what was cool about it, especially, was that like, I don't know, I was so used to writing things on papers, always papers, phone recording of this piece of a song, whatever. But to put a CD in and listen to like a whole song or 3 or 8 that you created, it's like, wow, like it's pretty cool,
cool
to like
feeling.
hear it back, like it's coming in instead of going out. So yeah, I think that was incredible at the time. I mean, yeah, it does sound like shit, but
it's like,
it's the
it
feeling.
was our first recording, and I was
That's
like,
important.
I'm pretty sure we all were super hyped.
Yeah.
Just like, whoa, we actually have something to show people what we're doing, even though it was. We thought it was really
called
good.
it coasters and ninja stars.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what that's kind of like what had like won me over on you guys, was the 2015 Battle of the Bands, not 2014. You guys were kind of like, you had like your merch set up. You're like in like the back corner,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. And I was like kind of hanging out on my own at that point. I was like just kind of like chilling, because no one would come with me.
Weren't your pants ripped?
That was that year.
That
Yes,
was that year.
I will get into that. 'Cause I don't think I've ever actually told that full story on the podcast. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Whatever. Fuck it. I think
And
I
if
told
you
it on
did,
Ravs.
we'll cut to it here.
I'll cut to it right here. I'm going to tell it again anyway. But what was cool is you went up, and I remember thinking like, oh, this is those guys. Cool. Yeah, right on. You know, like when you work in a store like that, you meet so many people. It's like I would meet people and they're like, yeah, I want a band, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know, cool, right on, whatever, buddy, you know. And you'd see them playing, you're like, wow, like, you guys suck. Obviously, I wouldn't, like, you're better than me, but, like, that's not hard. So it's like, I would just be like, they'd be like, oh, what'd you think? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, great. So it's like, I hated being like that, too, because it's like, you meet so many people. But you guys went up, and I'm like, okay, like, well, let's see. And then after you guys set, I was like, holy fuck. Like, these guys have something. They have this sound where it's not normally the kind of music I would listen to, but I like this. This is cool. And then like you guys want to talk about like the CDs. Oh, yeah, what's stuff in the back there. So I was like, oh, like they're conscious of that kind of thing. That's cool. And you were just like, yeah, you can. Well, if you don't want them, you can either play them. You can use them as ninja stars or coasters, you know. And I was like, okay.
And then hide from your creepy neighbors with the t-shirt.
Just make
Yeah.
for great toilet paper. If you need toilet paper, you're set for a month.
Like you guys were talking, and I'm like, this is fucking great. Like I was laughing and like off of myself laughing. I'm like, ah. It was great. I was like, who's that fucking creepy guy over there? Laughing? Oh, that's just TJ from Gigs. I'm not going to that fucking store. That creepy looking fucker over there. And it was fucking great. And the guys from Outshine were judging that year.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I remember Brandon turned to me. He's like, "These guys are fucking great." And I was like, "Yeah." So it was
I
cool.
love Brandon. I love all
yeah.
three of them. They're fucking
Yeah,
They're gems.
they love
They're
you guys. Like they
gems.
love you guys. Like they just like. It's one of those things where like you hate if like you're hanging out with a band and like they talk shit about a band. You know, it's like it hasn't happened to me, but like that's gotta suck. Like I've had people talk shit about it turned out to not be anything, but like they were like talking shit about a band I know, and I was like, because like I want to defend them, but like I can't step on anyone's toes.
Yeah.
But it's sweet when it's like, you know, like I guys like, oh, Beyond the Wall. Man, I fucking love those. Those guys are sick. Like, they're
really
so
cool.
awesome.
I really like the guys from Outshined, and I kind of feel bad too because before we went on our tour in July, I think it was, we told them that we'd hang out like when we got back, but so much had happened that there was.
Oh
just,
fuck yeah, no,
it
absolutely.
was just a shit show, and actually we still hadn't made that time to hang out with them, and I feel like we should.
gonna
So
go
if
to
you guys
Camp
are
30.
listening, if you guys in Outshined are listening to this, we're gonna fucking hang out. We're gonna do whatever the fuck you want.
I will be outside the window recording the whole thing.
I'll never. Or I remember once or I think I shared one of Outshine's posts, and then I was like, I fucking love these guys, and then you were like, oh my god, band bromance.
Band bromance.
My two favorite bands.
My two favorite local bands, band bromance. I love it. But I think on the Outshine podcast I did with the three of them, I think there's a nice little section where we talk about Beyond the Wall. I think I could be wrong.
So
I think I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll cut that here. Yeah, so we're back. I'm probably not even going to do it that time.
Just for space.
Just nice little space in there. But I was going to ask you guys if you remember our first initial meeting, but we kind of already have covered that. Going into the basement and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Was that first time you guys were in? Or was that the?
no, that was the acoustic show that we went into the basement.
And we went in the basement. John turned the lights off on us, and I was like,
yeah,
I didn't turn them
"Fuck,
off.
you did!
I didn't
You
turn
were at
them
the top
off.
of the stairs.
I went down.
I thought I turned them off.
You did.
I did
Was
turn
it
them
you?
off.
I
Yeah, it was
thought
me.
No,
It was me. I
and
turned
you
them
thought
off
it
and
was
shut
me
the
the
door.
entire
Just
time, and
right
I
under
kept
the
on-
bus. Just right under it.
I'll take the big one. I don't care. It was good. It
I
was a
remember
good time.
running, like head down, running through that basement in the dark, like fuck this.
So good.
Love your little rave thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck was
Like,
that?
I used to do that all the time to people too. All the time. I was a dick. I was a dick.
I hate you.
Yeah, because you were like, yeah, it's so haunted, and we thought you were joking around with us, and then when we went down there, and how creepy it was, and then the lights just went off. And we
How
were like,
haunted it was.
Yeah.
All of the ghosts.
All the
four
ghosts.
of them.
All 5 of them, including TJ.
Including me. I haunted that building.
I feel like
Woo, motherfucker.
when you pass on, you're gonna haunt gigs.
I'm just gonna haunt that
was
building.
gigs.
Yeah, I was gonna haunt you guys.
Oh,
I was gonna
sweet.
follow you guys around.
I'm okay with that.
We'll be on
Yeah,
tour
same.
somewhere. I'll just be like, ooh.
You're gonna slightly just detune like Corey's guitar.
just
He's gonna tune it to drop D.
yeah. You'll be sitting there playing. I'll just be like, I'm gonna haunt you fuckers.
Oh, I just clenched my gut so hard. Oh, that hurt a lot.
You okay? Doing all right. Injuries. But so the last question I want to ask you guys here today before we sign off for part 1 here, because there needs to be a part 2 because I still have all these things I want to ask you guys. There's so much we haven't talked about.
Yep.
This has been fucking awesome. But how did it feel? Kind of all serious here for a second. How did it feel? I mean,
42.
people. Sorry.
42.
Oh, cool. Right on.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know. But, okay. People say whatever they want about like all the bands and that kind of thing and how like, oh, they are what they are. But how did it feel to go back your second time playing at the Battle of the Bands, and not only from the last year before where I don't think you guys placed.
I think we came.
We came fourth.
Sorry, yes. Okay, yes. Sorry, that was my fault. My mistake. Because I remember being pissed off. The fact, I think it's because you guys went in the top 3. I was like, that's bullshit. And I made my voice heard. And that was when he's like, you want to just be a fucking judge? And I was like, I would love to be a judge.
I love Chris.
I love Chris too. I love that guy. He's so awesome.
Yeah.
He was always so good to me. Like he'd like call me to ask me one question. I talked to him for like an hour on the phone. He'd be like, okay, well, I have to go. And I'm like, sorry, dude. He's a good guy to talk to. Shout out to Chris. But
Yeah.
how did it feel to go back and just fucking win
when they called our names.
when
I
I
mean,
called your name?
yeah.
And the most cringiest fucking announcement in the history of the world.
I think it was actually one of the coolest feelings that like you did it out of any of the other
Did you
judges
see
or
me?
Chris.
Did you see me steal the microphone from Chris?
Yeah.
Because like I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, because I was like, I need to be up there, and I'm like, wow, I don't fucking like this. I hate this. I'll talk to anybody over a microphone, but it's like I get in front of people. I don't know why I'm always all fucked up. But I'm like, I need when I realized it was Fear the Unknown Beyond the Wall, I was like, I need to be up there and I need to at least introduce somebody. So Anthony wanted to do Fear the Unknown. I was like, so Chris was like about to announce, and I was like, like he was like, okay, like I was like,
It's so metal of you.
oh, I was just like, I was not having it, and I announced it in like the most cringiest way possible. It was so bad. But how did it feel? I mean, considering really that you were like, oh, cool.
It was a little bit overwhelming and even more so surprising because like we don't really play anything like that with the intention of winning. It's like, hey, let's just like do what we do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one of the things was you're not allowed to swear, and I'm pretty sure that we swore.
Yeah, I didn't fucking notice. Even if you did, I didn't give a shit.
I mean, I was late to it because I had to work, and like, and the whole show got stopped. Do you remember that?
I don't even remember.
It was delayed
that.
by half an hour because he came.
There was an
from
intermission
work.
because of that.
Yeah.
I was the reason for the intermission.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he came
Well,
2 minutes
they
before.
didn't tell me because.
You're just the
Well, maybe
judge.
it was that when we had pizza.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you got pizza.
They bribed me with pizza, so I wouldn't. I mean, if you would, I would have been like, well, fucking who cares? Whatever.
But yeah, I remember through the entire night, I kept on hearing like so much good things about Cleopatra, and I didn't get to see
Yes, all
And,
those
like,
guys were
really
sick.
them. When they,
Awesome
because
band.
they didn't, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they placed.
They
did
didn't, and that was a controversial thing. But that's what it is.
Okay. So I kept on hearing all these great things about Cleopatra, and like or as soon as like Fear, because I thought that it was gonna be Fear the Unknown, and then when Fear the Unknown was second, I was
Yeah.
like, it's Cleopatra, and then because we had no intention of trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think we didn't even practice for like 2 weeks before it, something like that. Like
Something like that.
we made up
Well,
the
that
set
was the-
list.
So you made the
I
set
think
list.
we made the set list on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. Like when you guys went up, like I said, the one judge was like, "Oh my god, these guys are great!" Like you can tell, like they're having so much fun. And it was the fact of I'm just like, there's a band that they went up, and it's like we're gonna have fun, and this is gonna be great, and just whatever. We win, cool. We don't win, whatever. We had fun, and I think that was such a big thing. Like when we went in that room to hash it out, which there was not much hashing out happening. I was like, "Okay, boys, here's the top two. Take it or leave it. I'm not leaving this room until that's the deal." No, it wasn't that bad, but I always said that. I'm like, yeah, I was like blocking people from leaving because I'm fucking. One of these two are going to win, and that's just how it is. But it was cool to be able to be the one to announce that. I was like, yeah. Even if I announced it in like literally the worst possible way, it's just like, hey, everybody, so another round of applause for all the bands. Even though like just before that, Chris had said that, so I was kind of like. And then someone tried to start a TJ chant again, and it just didn't work. I think it was Brandon Warren. Shout out to Brandon Warren. He was just like, TJ. I was just kind of like, it was so awkward. I was like, yeah. So anyway, you guys are all great. Can't even do it with a straight face. I was just like, yes, but the winners this year, Beyond the Wall. There was no like. I sounded like I just didn't want to be there.
I felt like I was being molested through my ears.
Yeah, and I was just like, and afterwards, like I'm sitting there, Chris just kind of like didn't see that coming. I was like, it's just how it is. It's just the cringiest fucking announcement you've ever heard. In your life.
I think my fondest memory, well, not the fondest, but the one that I remember most is walking across the stage and looking at Connor Crossman, who's in Fear
Yeah.
the Unknown. And, well, for the people who don't know.
He is in Fear of the He's vocalist Fear of the Unknown. Shout out to Fear of the Unknown.
He looked at me and, like, bit his lip a bit, and I rubbed my nipples at him. That's the only thing I remember from being on stage.
This is, oh my god, that's so good. Fucking right. Well, this has been cool. We will definitely be doing this again.
There's definitely a lot to say.
There's a lot more we have to talk about, like a lot more.
I see your scroll of questions.
Yeah, I got a lot of
I'm
questions.
really curious what some of them are.
But thanks guys for hanging out, and we'll catch you again.
Oh, dude,
Thanks,
thanks for having us,
TJ.
TJ.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so that was part one of my conversation with my good buddies in Beyond the Wall. Part one of that conversation. Normally when I do these, I like to kind of record a part one and a part two with the band. But we just did the part one this time around. They've got some stuff happening in November, so they want to come back and do part two then, which is great for me because that means I get to see them a lot sooner. than when I saw them this past time here. I saw them at the Battle of the Bands, and then I hadn't seen them since. So it was great to see them. Always awesome news to see. If you guys have not, you need to take a second to go check the Beyond the Wall out on the Facebook. Check them out on Bandcamp. We check them out on freaking Instagram as well. Support them. Check out their stuff. The EP Phone Home is on iTunes. I have bought it. It is an amazing listen, and they have more stuff coming up. I don't really know any details, but I can tell you they got some stuff coming up. They've been working very hard. I know they've been doing some writing and maybe some recording, quite possibly. I will go into detail on that at all because that is not my place to say anything. But when I have them back on, hopefully sometime in November, I'm sure we will have plenty more to talk about. So that was awesome. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, especially if you are a fan of Beyond the Wall. If you are checking out the podcast for the first time, thank you so much for checking out the podcast. I seriously appreciate it. If you'd like to take a second to subscribe to The Harder Show, depending on how you're listening on the SoundCloud, I would really appreciate that. Leave a like on this video. Leave a like on this podcast if you enjoyed it. I always say video, I don't know why. If you're listening on the iTunes, be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with everything going on with The Harder Show. It's the easiest way to listen to The Harder Show, ladies and gentlemen. Once you subscribe on iTunes, you don't even have to think about it. It will automatically be downloaded to the device of your choosing. Very, very easy. And maybe leave a little rating for The Harder Show while you're there. Always appreciate that. If you do, be sure to leave a comment rating so I can thank you properly on the podcast. And of course, last but not least, if you are listening on the YouTube, be sure to leave a like or dislike on this video depending on what you thought of it. Comment your life away in the comments if you have anything you want to talk about or anything you'd like to add or anything about that. Always love to talk to you guys. Also, be sure to definitely hit that subscribe button because I'm probably going to start doing the video updates I do on YouTube a little more often than I have been. I always enjoy doing those, even if it's just a quick little minute, 30 seconds, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop of what's going on with The Harder Show. This is we're building the brand here. You know, it's been a slow burn, but it's been a good burn. I'm still nothing but happy with how things are going. I have a very loyal following, and I have the best listeners in the world. So thank you all so much for tuning in today. It seriously means the world to me. The fact that we are still going, we are still rocking and rolling right along. I did 3 podcasts last week, and each of them did still get into the double digits. I was a little worried that people would kind of go, really, 3, TJ, come on. But having the wrestling review, the Halloween episode, it was necessary. The next time that I get to talk with you guys is actually going to be on the episode 75 live cast, live on Facebook. If for some reason you have not checked out the event page for that on Facebook, please take a second and check it out. It really means the world to me. I think I invited everybody on my Facebook. So if you are listening, there's a pretty good chance you are on my Facebook. If not, you can find The Harder Show on Facebook just by searching The Harder Show. Obviously THE space Harder HODDER show SHOW. I don't know why I spelled that all out for you, but either way, I did. It's going to be right on Facebook. So I know that in the past, some people have had issues with when I would do the YouTube live. They would have issues with Chrome asking them to sign into their Gmail accounts, and then they'd sign in and it wouldn't work. And there was issues with people trying to be in the chat and that kind of thing. There was always some minor issues. But I think this Facebook Live is going to be good. It's definitely going to be a lot different. If you can't, for some reason, come out to the live cast, which is going to be, by the way, this Sunday, November 6th at 8 p.m., time is subject to change, but as of right now, it's definitely still going to be on the Sunday. Keep your eyes peeled if there is going to be any time of change in time or anything. But if for some reason you can't come out, the audio and video of that will be posted later that night when I am done the actual podcast. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Either way, guys, thank you for the support. If you can't come out to it, I'd still appreciate a share. That would really mean the world to me. So thank you all so much. Again, if you are a new listener of the podcast, came here from the Beyond the Wall guys, thank you so much. Be sure to comment. Let me know who you are. Let me know how you got here. And I'll give you a shout out always, of course, because it means the world to me. I cannot do this without your guys' support. So thank you again so much. I am rambling on, so I'm going to sign off here. I will see you guys on Sunday for the live cast and on the next episode of The Harder Show. Take it easy.